Well, good morning and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. It's Wednesday, February 25th. We're so glad you've decided to join us. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
I'm meteorologist Nicholas Trabosa. Look at this lovely camera view behind us. Blue sky. There's a few clouds out there. Nice warm day.
Nice, lovely start to the day. You told us it would be here. We woke up to it.
Yeah, when you woke up, or you were surprised when you walked out the door.
I was like, Nick was right.
I was honestly impressed by how mild it actually felt this morning. So really nice temperatures out there. We have warm temperatures coming up though over the next few days. We're going to break all this down for you. Let's start with our live camera views this morning. You can see D'Iberville, Mississippi looking stunning this morning. That is the Back Bay of Biloxi, looking towards the Biloxi Bay Bridge towards Ocean Springs. That is from the Scarlet Pearl Casino Resort. And Orange Beach, 72 degrees. The waves crashing there. Moderate increasing to a high risk of rip currents. The water temperatures are still cool, but just a heads up with that high risk of rip currents you do not want to be getting in the water. Right now here at our Hampton Inn camera, this is Daphne. Interstate 10 Bayway, 68 degrees. A west-southwest wind at 9 miles per hour. 69 degrees at downtown Mobile on Government and at Orange Beach again. You can see the waves out there. 72 degrees. A west-southwest wind at 14 miles per hour. This has been a lovely camera view for us today. Next 10 hours, your forecast in Pensacola. Temperatures in the low 70s with a southwest wind around 15 miles per hour. We'll keep mild conditions as we go into the overnight hours. Temperatures here in the 60s, as you can see. In Mobile, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures here in the 70s, 60s by this evening and overnight tonight. Where does this put us compared to average? Well, average is 68 degrees. Our forecast this afternoon, again, 72 degrees. Our record is 84. We are going to be pushing up into the upper 70s over the next couple of days here. That's one of our big headlines. But also, we're talking about a rain chance. This is an interesting forecast because we have a rain chance on Thursday and Friday. And it's associated with a cold front. With a cold front, you would think that we would be getting colder air behind it. But that's actually not what happens. And this weekend is that time period where we could see upper 70s for our temperatures. And those warm temperatures will likely continue with a mostly dry pattern into next week. So we are tracking drought conditions. We're going to track those 7-day rain chances. Also going to have details with your high resolution futurecast on this Thursday, Friday rain chance. All that information coming up.
Nick, thank you. And breaking right now here on Fox 10 Midday, the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide in the 5000 block of Nowling Drive in Milton, Florida. Investigators say around midnight they responded to a cutting incident at this home. Officials say when they got there, they found the mother, 40-year-old April Olivia, lying next to her deceased 6-year-old. April was sent to the hospital for medical treatment, and she is being charged with murder. We will continue to follow this breaking story and bring you updates as they come. And we're also following tragic breaking news out of Theodore this morning. Mobile police investigating a deadly crash involving a pedestrian. Investigators say around 5:15 this morning, they discovered a man dead on Highway 90, located between Bellengrath Road and Old Rock Road. MPD says the victim was using a walker when he was struck by a vehicle. Police say the driver of the vehicle did remain on scene. Mobile police have yet to release the name of the victim. Come home, it's Dad. That's the text message that a Mobile police detective says Samuel Prince sent to his mother on January 21st. When she arrived, she found her husband, Mark Prince, dead in the front yard and her son standing by a tree. After hearing the testimony at a preliminary hearing this morning, a judge ruled prosecutors have enough evidence to present a murder charge against Samuel Prince to a grand jury. The detective testified that the defendant told investigators his father was verbally abusive to him and his mother when he was younger and that he had a bad life. So Prince came up with a plan to kill his father the previous day. The detective said Prince used keys to carve an expletive in his father's truck and then stabbed him when he came out to see it. And Mobile police releasing new details today in the Joe Cain Day shooting. The first call to 911 came in at 11:01. The caller tells the operator they're downtown on Dauphin Street and somebody who got shot was laying on the ground. The dispatcher then asks the caller if they saw what happened. The caller says they only heard the shots and then saw one person laying on the ground and someone else screaming. According to the 911 transcripts, the second call to 911 came in just 11 minutes after the first one. Now, this caller tells the operator her friend was shot in the leg and she is begging for an ambulance. We do have additional information about the investigation. You can find it on our website at fox10tv.com. And meanwhile, authorities arresting 21-year-old Devin Jeffrey for that very shooting. Right now, he faces 5 counts of first-degree assault. Jeffrey received a $500,000 bond, $100,000 for each count in court this morning. His arraignment hearing is scheduled for March 4th, but police say more arrests are likely to come. And this morning, we are learning more about a threat that led Bishop State Community College to go into lockdown last month. We're told it was part of a coordinated attack targeting historically black colleges all across the country. Bishop State's president, Olivier Charles, spoke at this week's city council meeting, thanking Mobile police for their fast response. He was attending the State of the City and County at Crown Hall when he first got word of the threat. He says he alerted police, and by the time he made the 2-minute drive back to campus, the SWAT team was already there. We're told the threat was a manifesto sent to multiple HBCUs.
Once we got it, the FBI was able to track it and determine that it was something that happened on the same day to multiple HBCUs around the country. They were able to prove that it wasn't a credible threat. But we take every threat seriously. So we enabled our protocols, and Mobile Police Department enabled theirs. And we were also able to get state and federal support to handle it within a reasonable amount of time.
And Bishop State's president says he's not aware of any arrests. Well, it was a night full of big moments in the nation's capital as President Trump delivered a marathon State of the Union address. His supporters say it was perfectly patriotic, while critics believe it put the country's deep divides on full display. Fox's Rebecca Castor has a look back now from Washington.
A standing ovation for the U.S. men's Olympic gold medal hockey team was one of the few bipartisan moments at Tuesday night's State of the Union. Otherwise, it was an evening filled with political stunts and a clearly divided audience.
The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up.
Yes, we want to protect Americans. He's not doing it, so it was legitimate and right not to stand.
President Trump used his address to put Democrats on the spot, but they came prepared with their own political ammo. Texas Democrat Al Green was kicked out again this year after holding up this sign, a reference to a racist social media post about the Obamas shared on the president's account.
He needs to know that there are people who will take a stand against him.
And there were other disruptions, especially when the president mentioned funding the Department of Homeland Security.
Removal of criminal aliens, people out of our country.
But Republicans think the president's America First message came out on top.
People needed to see America first versus America last. We were willing to stand for America, and they just want to sit it out.
While divisions were stark last night, President Trump did emphasize the need for Washington to come together and reject political violence. Another moment that received bipartisan support. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
And happening now, American F-22 stealth fighters are in Israel as the U.S. military buildup intensifies. There are already 2 carrier strike groups in the region preparing for possible action against Iran if talks fail. President Trump says the tensions are Iran's fault and claimed in his State of the Union address that the regime is rebuilding its nuclear program. But a growing number of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are questioning how the country was able to restart the program so quickly after a series of crippling airstrikes last summer.
Clearly, he was lying to the American people, or he's lying right now.
One thing I'm a little vague about, are we going to attack Iran for nuclear weapons, or are we going to try to regime change? And I get mixed signals.
As talks move forward, Iran continues to claim its nuclear program is for civilian use only, but most experts say that's highly unlikely. Both sides are scheduled to meet this Thursday in Geneva for the next round of talks. And President Trump is calling for major tech companies to pick up the tab on their electricity costs. He says his administration struck a deal with major tech companies, requiring them to shoulder more of the cost for data centers that are being built to support artificial intelligence, known as AI. The president claims this agreement will prevent driving up energy demand and costs for people living nearby. Now, the centers account for about 4% of the country's total electricity use in 2024, and that's only expected to double by 2030.
Just a few weeks ago, when we talked about the affordability crisis, he said that was a big hoax. We all need to make sure that we put forward ideas to deal with it.
However, Democrats argue the move would address only some of the causes of rising prices. According to data firm CleanView, nearly 680 data centers are being planned in the U.S. currently, requiring the energy equivalent of 186 large nuclear power plants. Still to come right here on Fox 10 Midday, video shows a unique POV about how a jewelry heist went down. We have that video after the break. Plus, strawberry season is officially here. How local farms are making sure you have the best of the best on your table at home. But first, Nick, we're seeing some of those warm, mild temps today.
Yeah, and in your catnap forecast for today, those temperatures are quite warm within the 70s here. This is Hannah H. submitting Gemma. We thank you for the picture. And of course, if you want your pet on the dog walking or catnap forecast, do send it in on the Fox 10 weather app. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. We are officially in strawberry season, and several farms in our area are making sure that we have the freshest ones in our homes. That includes one farm in Baldwin County. Fox 10 Stephen Moody visited them just this morning and has much more on the process. Take a look.
You'll smell them before you see them. That's how fresh the strawberries are here at Seasons in the Sun in Baldwin County. They were up early Wednesday morning loading hundreds of berries into vehicles to deliver them straight to customers, and people always want more.
As soon as we make a stop, you know, the smell comes out and it just permeates the air. So even not just the customers that are there to pick up their berries at the locations that we stop, but people that are driving through the parking lots, they see it and they're like, hey, can we buy some berries? So we always try to carry extra so we can sell.
And they take a lot of pride in their work, especially because of how tough the farming industry is.
Farming itself is rough because you have the elements that you have to contend with, but we do grow hydroponically in greenhouses, so that's a little more controlled environment. But in field farming, yeah, I mean, it's the cold, it's the heat, it's the rain, it's the lack of rain, it's the bugs, it's the fungus, it's, you know, you have so many things to contend with.
They also have a farm delivery service that delivers fresh fruits, veggies, and other produce straight to the doors of residents, all to help people realize how important local farming really is.
It's important that people do know that there are farms still around, and there's a lot of smaller farms, and you should support whichever one's in your area.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
At 11:16, this is our Wolf Bay Osprey camera. Man, a nice day out there. You notice a little southerly breeze, and two little ospreys sitting there in the Eagle Tower nest. Always love that shot there. And you can see that they're enjoying that nice southerly wind that we have right now. You can see their feathers blowing in the wind. I've actually seen some decent wind gusts out there today, so keep that in mind. We are looking ahead in the forecast to our next rain chance. That is going to be on Thursday and Friday. There is around a 10% chance of rain here on our Wednesday, but I think the odds of widespread showers seem very low. It looks like the rain coverage will go up on Thursday and Friday. Then a warm pattern continues for this weekend and into next week. So after this front, Thursday and Friday, we stay warm, which is kind of an interesting note in the forecast. And it looks like we might stay dry for a while as well. Your afternoon temperatures, 72 degrees in Mobile, 73 in Pensacola. This afternoon inland, we're at 73 in Grove Hill, 72 in Monroeville, and 73 in Evergreen, 73 and 72 in Atmore. Overnight tonight, it is a calm, quiet night with mild temperatures in the 60s, 61 degrees in Mobile, 61 Fairhope, 62 in Gulf Shores. You see temperatures in the 50s inland, upper 50s. It's 58 in Grove Hill, 57 Monroeville, 56 in Evergreen. Speaking of wind gusts, we do have some wind that is gusting right now, decent numbers here out of the southwest. And this will continue through the evening time, then it dies off overnight tonight, then picks back up on Thursday. One issue that this causes is a rip current issue at the beach. We are getting close to spring break time, but we're not there. The water temperatures are still cool, but I want to give you that heads up that we're going to start talking about rip currents more and more. Right now, we have a high risk of rip currents for Thursday and Friday in place with temperatures in the 70s. We have a rain chance Thursday and Friday as well. You can see here 50 to 60% chance of rain, really ticking up Thursday night into Friday as the boundary works its way into our area. You can watch it here on our Fox 10 Futurecast. Some isolated showers in the near term. Then Wednesday morning looks quiet. Wednesday night looks quiet. Thursday morning looks quiet as well. Then Thursday, as we go through the day, you'll notice a couple of rain showers possible, maybe a rumble of thunder. Then early Friday morning, the front comes in here. This is our main boundary, the focus point for rain showers and thunderstorms. And 8 a.m. on Friday, we could be dealing with rain in some of our major locations. This boundary drifts to the south. We could see some new storms fire along the boundary in the afternoon time. Those will be closer to the coast. So understand, if you are along the Highway 84 corridor on Friday afternoon, you may have a dry and partly sunny Friday afternoon, while folks along the I-10 corridor have a mostly cloudy and somewhat rainy Friday afternoon. So it really depends on your location. You're going to want to keep an eye on the radar on Friday with the Fox 10 weather app. On Saturday, we start with some patchy fog, and it is a quiet weekend for us here. Rainfall totals 1/4 to 1/2 an inch based on recent modeling. Then the weekend forecast goes dry, 77 and 78, warm, mostly sunny, a nice weekend for outdoor plans. And looking ahead in the forecast, this is the latest long-range outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Warmer than average temperatures as we go through that first week of March. Here's that 7-day outlook. A nice weekend ahead. Then warm temperatures continue.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, some authorities in California getting a very unique perspective on a jewelry heist. Look at this. Flashing the peace sign, a masked burglar got to work last May. And in this video apparently taken by one of his criminal pals, showing just how much jewelry he'd already collected from inside five-star jewelry and repairing the big hole his crew had drilled to get in from the coffee shop next door. Another clip shows them using a crowbar to hammer away at a safe, apparently trying to break it open, and then 2 more clips ready for Instagram. Back at home, the 4 suspects going through their spoils spread over a table, organizing and dividing what the victim said was $2 million plus of jewelry. For some reason, the burglars recorded their every step. And when he got his hands on it, Ventura County's DA used it against them, sentencing 3 of the 4-person crew to at least 4 years in jail. The last member will be sentenced soon. Now, when it happened, 5-star owners were, as you can imagine, devastated.
The worst part about the loss of property that we had was the customers that we've built up over that same period have entrusted us with their heirloom jewelry to repair, and unfortunately some of that jewelry, or all of that jewelry, was stolen.
By the way, 5-star's owners say they have yet to recover anything that was stolen. Listen to this. A man now faces 45 days in jail after being convicted of animal cruelty toward a protected species. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says Cesar Gustavo Diaz captured a Cooper hawk near LA. It says video shows him pouring alcohol into the bird's mouth. The department says Diaz is a convicted felon due to other charges, and now his record also includes misdemeanor animal cruelty and capturing or confining wildlife. 11:21 on your Wednesday. Straight ahead, spring season officially starts in a couple of weeks. I don't know about you, but I am ready. Still, how you can get ahead of the allergy season in today's Health Minute when Fox 10 Midday returns. The official start of spring.
Truck or big truck, call me now. I'm More Sport. One call, that's all.
The official start of spring is still more than 3 weeks away, but for the 1 in 4 U.S. adults and nearly 1 in 5 children who suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the best time to prepare before the onslaught of symptoms. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither speaks to an allergist about what steps you should take before the spring allergy season starts.
It's almost that time of year again. The flowers, the sun, the pollen ready to pounce.
And you definitely don't want to wait for the onset of symptoms.
Dr. Rohit Katyal with National Jewish Health says if you suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to get ready before spring has sprung and symptoms are triggered so the reaction isn't as extreme.
And in most places in the United States, the trees go first. So those who are tree allergic, they're going to feel the most symptoms here early in the season.
To prevent severe allergy symptoms, Katyal says to go ahead and start using steroid nasal sprays, which can help reduce inflammation, swelling, and mucus in the nose. He says most should be sprayed once a day before and throughout the season.
That's a great one to start, but that can't be used as needed. Once somebody begins those nasal steroid sprays, they should be used daily.
Katyal says to take daily oral antihistamine medication as needed. If your allergies tend to start earlier, he says it's okay to take the pills in advance. But if your spring symptoms are late bloomers, like if you have grass allergies, consider starting the pills closer to grass season around late April.
If you tend to have really severe eye symptoms where you really have a lot of daily itch, then the eye drops are also a nice addition to the regimen.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Once allergy season is officially underway, Dr. Katyal says to avoid going outdoors when pollen counts are highest, usually in the morning, especially here in the Gulf Coast. You want to keep windows closed at your home, and while in your car, if you are highly sensitive to allergens, take a shower to wash off the pollen that may adhere to your body and hair. And of course, changing clothes and shoes can help lessen your exposure as well. Well, 15 states are suing the Trump administration over revisions to the childhood vaccine schedule. The lawsuit argues it illegally changed the recommendation status for several vaccines. It cites a federal law that mandates the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices be, quote, fairly balanced. The plaintiffs allege the administration violated that requirement by replacing panelists with anti-vaccine activists. The lawsuit and several experts argue the new schedule could actually harm the health of children. President Donald Trump, though, argues it's more, quote, reasonable and better aligned with some other countries. 11:27 now, still to come. The earnings report continues to roll out. We have those numbers in your business news. Plus, one local couple is helping veterans out by teaching them the ins and outs of the cattle industry. We the People is right after this, but first let's send it over to Nick in the Weather Center.
And your forecast shows warm temperatures sticking around, and we're seeing that right now already with our observations. 70 degrees in Calvert, 69 in Mobile, now 71 in Navarre. Look at how this compares to 24 hours ago. Wow, around 20 to 25 degrees higher than we were 24 hours ago. That's the change. Warm temperatures on the way. Details coming up.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back. We are taking a look at our half-hour headlines today. Mobile police are investigating a deadly crash involving one pedestrian. Investigators say around 5:15 this morning, they discovered a man dead on Highway 90 between Bellingrath Road and Old Rock Road. Mobile police say the victim was using a walker when he was struck by a vehicle. Police say the driver of the vehicle did remain on scene, but Mobile police have yet to release the name of the victim. We'll keep you updated in that case. And meanwhile, the French government names art historian Christophe Leribaud the new director of the Louvre. Leribaud takes over for Laurence Descartes, who resigned yesterday. In their choice, the government appeared to be betting on an experienced administrator, as Leribaud has served as the deputy director of the Louvre's graphic arts department from 2006 to 2012. Leribaud now takes over as the museum continues to deal with the October jewelry heist, where thieves stole crown jewels valued at over $100 million. And finally, the Supreme Court rules the U.S. Postal Service cannot be sued even if mail is purposefully not delivered. The court ruled against a Texas landlord in a 5-4 decision. Landlord Labine Conan alleged her mail was intentionally withheld by USPS employees for 2 years. Conan, who is African American, says she believes the employees acted with racial prejudice. Justice Clarence Thomas says federal law generally shields the Postal Service from lawsuits over missing, lost, or undelivered mail, including purposely undelivered mail. And in our business headlines today, more earnings reports are coming in from home improvement stores, a popular pancake restaurant, and so much more. Here's Fox's CJ Papa with the details in today's Fox Business Briefs.
Earnings reports keep rolling in on Wall Street. More builder professionals are buying from Lowe's. The home improvement chain reported better than expected earnings in the most recent quarter. Sales improved, helped by demand from those pro builders, home services, and holiday season sales. Boston Beer, parent company of Sam Adams and Truly Hard Seltzer, lost money on weaker sales of some of its brands. It also says tariffs had a $3.6 million impact during the fourth quarter. Boston Beer says changes in tariff policy could impact its results for the year. In the restaurant biz, casual dining chain Cava's quarter was better than expected despite severe weather and last year's government shutdown. Dine Brands, parent of pancake maker IHOP and Applebee's, lost money in its recent quarter, which it blames on expenses in the period. Applebee's sales declined in the quarter. IHOP sales rose. And Bloomin' Brands, parent company of Outback Steakhouse, reporting a smaller loss. The company says its turnaround efforts are starting to pay off. Outback is now seeing more people coming through its doors. The first improvement in traffic in 4 years. Must be the Bloomin' Onion. CJ Papa, Fox News.
11:34 is your time. A southwesterly wind, southerly wind blowing in right now from the Fairhope Pier, where you can see puffy cumulus clouds off in the distance. It is going to be a nice day to be out there walking along Mobile Bay or along any of the parks in Fairhope. Lovely conditions outside today. If you do see anything pretty, we want you to send it in on the Fox 10 weather app. Head to the app homepage, scroll down, submit your pictures and videos. We got plenty of lovely sunset photos last night. We would like to see some more of them, so please send in your weather photos. I want to show you one of the great sunset photos that I was able to share on social media from last night. This was Janet May sending this in from Fairhope right along County Road 1, where you can see a few upper level clouds mixing with those cumulus clouds. This is just a stunning shot here. Thank you for sending this one in. We have plenty more. I'm still sharing them on my Facebook page, so be sure to check those out. We love these photos, so be sure to send yours in. Right now, 69 degrees in Mobile, or two views from All-In Credit Union camera, Navigator Credit Union camera. These are Mobile River looking north and Battleship Memorial Park looking towards the skyline. Really nice view there. This is D'Iberville, Mississippi looking towards Ocean Springs, also looking good. And the pass at Orange Beach looking great as well. 72 degrees with the west-southwest wind at 14 miles per hour right now. Be advised that we will have a high risk of rip currents happening tomorrow. You have temperatures right around 70 degrees right now, 69 in Mobile, 72 in Gulf Shores, and 69 in Pensacola. With this wind that we have, wind gust right now gusting all the way up to 30 miles per hour in Mobile, 25 in Gulf Shores, 26 in Evergreen. We'll keep the wind around through the afternoon. This evening, the winds relax just a bit, and then the winds ramp back up again on our Thursday. You can see wind gusts around 20 miles per hour possible there, 25 miles per hour. Therefore, we have that risk of rip currents to deal with at the beaches. Again, medium today, but it is a high risk of rip currents. Would surf around 3 to 4 feet for Thursday and Friday. Water temperatures are still cool. Our next rain chance happens Thursday and Friday. You see rain showers possible during the daytime on Thursday, with rain chances increasing from inland to coastal as we go through the period Thursday night into Friday morning. You can see how this breaks down in Futurecast and what I mean by this. 9 o'clock here on our Wednesday, no weather issues for us. Then on Thursday morning, we could see some passing light rain showers. Most places will be dry. Then through the afternoon hours on Thursday, you might run into a rain shower or heavier downpour as we go through the day. Thunder chances seem generally low. Then early on Friday morning, a boundary moves into our inland spots, and we see our inland coverage of rain is a little higher there in the morning hours. Then this is 8 a.m. That boundary starts to drift south. Then maybe in the afternoon, some of our coastal areas get a little more coverage of rain showers while our inland areas are dry. All this clears out and our Saturday is quiet. Your 7-day outlook, temperatures in the 70s all the way through this 7-day outlook. This is going to be a very warm start to March, and it might be a dry start to March as well. Morning temperatures in the 60s and 50s.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, happening now, a push for no-cost breakfast for all students at Alabama Public Schools. Officials say it would require more funding, though. Sarah Wall is taking a look at this push, what this could mean for local schools and students, and why advocates say they are fighting for this. In Depth with Sarah Wall, no-cost breakfast push is available for you right now on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app. And it is officially American Heart Month, so Fox 10 and Infirmary Health are hosting a free heart health screening event this Friday. You will get a complete cholesterol screening and blood pressure check with just a simple finger stick and those results in about 5 minutes. And good news is no fasting is required. We encourage you to take part in our Show Your Heart Some Love event. It's happening this Friday from 8 to 11 at Pro Health in Mobile, Thomas Fitness Center in Fairhope, and North Baldwin Fitness Center in Bay Minette. A healthcare professional will review your results on the spot. From high beef prices to rising costs and farmers aging out, the nation's cattle industry is declining at an alarming rate. A local veteran and his wife are working to change those numbers by training other veterans to take the reins. And this week's We the People, Arlie Peck shows you how veterans are becoming cowboys.
It's challenging, especially when you step into it.
Retired Army veteran and first-generation farmer Jeremy Clark and wife Heather.
You want to feed Grandma?
Have learned a lot since forming C4 Farm Cattle Company a few years ago.
You gotta make her work for it.
On their farm in Grand Bay, they're all in.
I've always wanted to get into agriculture. I always wanted cows since I was a little kid.
The cowboy way of life found them out of necessity.
We got into cattle because our youngest son is very medically complex. We realized at a young age he couldn't eat traditional food from the grocery store, and anything with a lot of preservatives or additives he had major reactions to.
While they started out with 3 acres and 4 head of cattle to keep their freezer full, the operation has grown to 132 acres. And now includes lamb and more than 20 head of cattle.
It goes as fast as we can get it ready, but it's just the demand is huge that people want to know where their food comes from, and it's hard to keep up.
Their horns continuously grow their entire life.
Heather's background in zoology helps with the animals.
The majority of meat production, especially in Alabama, comes from herds that are about this size, up to 40 head of cows.
They've also learned one of the biggest issues impacting beef prices is the number of ranchers and farmers retiring with no one to take over the family business.
It's a huge concern. I mean, just from 2017 to 2020, Alabama lost about 8% of its cattle. I mean, the nation as a whole, 7%.
To fill the void, they're working to rope in other veterans into the industry they love.
The military was selfless service, and I look at it as agriculture is still a continuation of selfless service. People don't get into the ag business to get rich.
Forming the nonprofit Vets to Cowboys, Inc., what they've built is working. In the last 12 months, they've helped 5 veterans start up cattle operations of their own with a blueprint for success.
So we're trying to develop a program so others don't have to struggle as they start as we did. Kind of give them a cheat sheet or a helping hand to navigate the problems that you're going to deal with as a first-generation farmer.
It's also addressing mental health among veterans as they transition out of the military.
She's raising a calf. Hers is the red and white one over there. He's almost ready to be weaned. That is actually her daughter from 2 years ago.
As they expand their farm, they want other veterans to know there's room for more.
There's help out there. You don't have to do it by yourself. We need all the help we can get fighting the losing farms.
Veterans trading in their boots for a different kind of service. In Grand Bay, Lee Peck, Fox 10 News.
Such a neat story there. And if you would like to learn more about the Vets to Cowboys program or the services C4 Cattle Company offers, we have links inside this story at fox10tv.com. And meanwhile, just a quick update since we shot this story on Friday. Grandma, the cow, had her little calf over the weekend, born early Sunday morning. That's a picture they sent in to us. So a huge congrats to her and to this farm. What a cutie in that picture. Well, still to come, we test out the fast freeze in this week's Does It Work? Plus, in Minnesota, they held a snow plowing naming contest. We'll bring you some of the winners in your Midday Talkers. Stay close by. More Fox 10 Midday is on the way after this. Welcome back. It's a product we found people talking about online. It's a kitchen gadget that the makers claim will create ice cream right at home.
Rachel Hackbar, test this out. And how fast, what does this say? Test out the, what is it called? The
Fast Freeze. A tongue twister.
The Fast Freeze.
That's right.
This week's Does It Work? Check it out.
Ice cream shop owner Derek Sorrells is an expert at making a frozen sweet treat. That's why he's helping us test out this week's Does It Work product, the Cuisinart Fast Freeze ice cream maker. It costs $119.99.
It looks very interesting. Fast ice cream is always be something that would be great.
This 5-in-1 frozen dessert gadget is designed to make single-serve half-pint portions of ice cream, gelato, sorbet, mix-ins, and slushies. It's supposed to make these in 1 to 3 minutes after a 24-hour freeze time. We not only get the machine, but also 3 different plastic storage containers for our desserts.
24 hours worth of freezing. It looks like it's ready to go to me. We've got the instructions, which, don't normally follow instructions, but probably best.
Those instructions not only explain how to put this together, it also includes dozens of different recipes depending on which setting you choose.
All right.
And then I believe this goes on top.
All right, ensure the cup is locked in. All right, we've got that. Choose a mixing assembly with one hand. And there is our mixer. So when the light turns red, guide the top of the power handle upward to its original position and then release the power button.
This is what our ice cream looks like. We chose a protein powder recipe.
And there we go. Looks like ice cream in there. Let's give it a try. There's actually a little bit of cinnamon in there. I can kind of taste that.
I use the Snickerdoodle protein powder.
Snickerdoodle protein powder.
Derek believes that texture is due to the recipe that we picked out, not the product. He thinks the Fast Freeze works.
If you want a single serving and you want to make it at home yourself, might not be a bad way of doing it.
For Does It Work? I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
What do you think?
A single serving.
Yeah, it's not very much. I feel like I would need a little more than that.
That's a lot of effort for a single.
It is. We like our dessert here. Definitely need more than that. I will say, growing up, we did the hand cranking ice cream machine, and that takes a good bit. That takes 30, 45 minutes to get a couple gallons. That was always fun, always very delicious. So kind of a throwback there. Well, while the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast dig out from winter's latest storm, Minnesotans are no strangers to snow.
It can snow a lot each winter there in Minnesota.
Yeah, so much so that the state's Department of Transportation holds an annual contest for people to create nicknames for their favorite snowplow in their district.
Officials announced the 8 winners yesterday.
Music and pop culture references typically get prime billing the plow contest.
Some of this year's winning names include Oh for Sleet Sake. I need help.
Sleet Skate. I saw this, I was like, he's not going to make it through.
And then, Oh Brother, Where's the Plow?
All right, let me take over from here. The final one is The Life of a Snow Girl. Taylor Swift reference there.
That one's good.
I'm losing it.
Oh, that's the best thing it's ever had.
What a name. That is not one of the winners.
Go to the live camera.
Anyway, we got to get off of
All
here.
right, this is Dauphin Island Sea Lab. That's brilliant. All right, 11:49 is your time. You have temperatures well up into the 70s or close to 70 degrees right now with a southerly wind. We will be talking about warm temperatures over the next week. So we'll keep you updated on that. I'll have a final look at the forecast coming up.
Most calls on On the road, all caught on camera. We're talking sinkholes, near misses, and a story involving a, quote, water potato. Patrick Cornell has those tales in today's Take a Look at This.
Check out the moment the ground opens up, swallowing 2 vehicles in Omaha, Nebraska. Here's another angle as you see the roadway give way, causing the pair to plummet into the sinkhole. No one was hurt. Police say witnesses rushed over to the surreal scene, helping pull the drivers up and out of the hole, getting them to a safe place. A towing company later arrived on scene to pull the 2 vehicles out of the hole. No word yet on what caused the street to collapse. Another close call on the road as an SUV careens into a New York State trooper.
Driver?
Yes. Incredibly, the trooper only received non-life-threatening injuries and is already back on duty. Everyone in the SUV is also okay. Authorities say the trooper was working a roadside accident investigation when disaster went down.
Driver?
Yes. The driver told police he missed a stop sign due to blinding sunlight, causing him to lose control while turning, hitting the trooper and crashing into a patrol car. New York State Police posted the video with a simple reminder: slow down, stay alert, move over. And last, but certainly not least, as the Marine Mammal Stranding Center put it, POV, when your nap shuts down an entire street. This sleepy seal pup spotted holding up traffic in snowy New Jersey, oblivious to its amused audience. Experts arrived with what appears to be a hockey net or something, quickly snatching up the comatose creature, safely carrying it away. The rescue center says the seal didn't have any injuries, but it appeared thin and is currently getting more Z's and a little TLC, with plenty of support from internet commenters saying, "This is so adorable, she probably got confused with all the snow, rest up cutie," and "Thank you for helping this beautiful water potato." That's a new one, adding it to the vocabulary repertoire. For Take a Look at This water potato, I'm Patrick Cornell.
Oh, water potato. I love that. Favorite animal right there.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, Dave had so much snow up there. I bet you it was confusing.
I'm sure. She's just trying to enjoy some time in the sun.
Yeah, it's just a glacier, you know. That's what what the entire region is like. All right, let's look at the forecast here for us. We are definitely not cold anymore. And we're not going to, I don't see a freeze over the next 10 days. So that's our foreseeable future in the modeling. I think we'll take that. Even the 14-day guidance shows above average temperatures, so that's something there. All right, Pensacola next 10 hours, temperatures around 70 degrees. Then we go into the 60s this evening in Mobile. Similar numbers here, 71 degrees. Then southerly winds keep going through the afternoon, relax in the evening time. Then you see 63 degrees at 8 p.m. Let's talk rain chances. Rain chances over the next 7 days go to 0 once we hit the weekend. But first, we have to get through a rain chance Friday and Saturday. This is a boundary that comes out down to the Gulf Coast and slowly moves across our region. So here's your futurecast. Through the day today, we're quiet. Through Thursday, we could see an isolated shower, but the actual front comes in early on Friday morning. Here you go with early morning showers, pre-dawn showers in our inland spots. Then as we get into the afternoon, the showers get closer to the coast. Inland areas go drier. This forecast model could get changed or adjusted, so keep that in mind. Here's that long-range outlook I was talking about, though. After this system passes, warmer temperatures. You can see this in the 10-day outlook here. Temperatures well up into the 70s all the way through this forecast. We're looking through the first week of March there, and you have those temperatures in the 70s. Definitely feeling like spring.
Yeah, it is. Oh, for sleet skate. What a great forecast we have.
Sleet skate. That's,
I'm going to be saying that the rest of the day. The rest of the day. Thank you for watching Fox 10 Midday. Be sure to join us right here for Fox 10 Live starting at 3 p.m. We'll see you then.